All right, what's up? I'm on a bit of a rant right now, feeling a little steamed up, but I just want to go through part of what's going on. Look, I just got off another platform I've been enjoying, but there's some groups, there's some spaces on there for men that get that oftentimes get filled up predominantly by women, and I think it's a strange thing. And I just want to speak to this, right? That like the world will always suffer. Our society will always suffer with the lack of healthy masculinity. And the flip of that is also true, absolutely true. Society, the world, we will all suffer with the lack of healthy femininity. Both are equally important. So I just want to set I want to be super clear from the start. Do not misinterpret me as saying one is better than another or trying to be a misogynist pig or any of that kind of BS. Right. But a lot of times this idea of equality gets mixed up into things being the same. And that's nonsense. You know, I think that's part of why people struggle with the sense of identity right now, is because some societal pressure is to equalize, to not equalize, but to make homogenize. Homogenization is dangerous. Right. We find our strength in our diversity. And you see a great cry for that is the celebration of diversity. But how do you cannot. But the thing is, what I'm getting at with masculinity cannot be taught by the feminine. Masculinity is taught by the male, by the masculine. So you can't have women teaching men how to be men. It won't work. Do you want men teaching women how to be women? Right? We've had that in history and it hasn't worked out so well. Right? There's a whole lot of repercussions against that, of resentment and bitterness and anger, having male-dominated cultures where the men get to tell the women how to be because it's just what's pleasing to men. You cannot reverse that and expect things to go well. Men need to support men. Women should support women. And there can be support to each other as well, but it's the yin and the yang. It's eternal. There's this eternal distinction, and it's not a complete separation. Right? There's some overlap. There's some intermingling. But the feminine cannot teach the masculine about itself, but it can reflect it to itself. And vice versa. The masculine is not going to teach the feminine about itself, but it will reflect it. So I believe men need men. I believe that we need healthy masculinity now more than ever. I believe that that in our day, masculinity has been misunderstood, abused, and has been cast to the wayside in a lot of ways because there's been an overreaction to some of the abuse. And has there been abuse? Yes, there has. Power is always abused, but it doesn't mean you just give up power. We have to use power responsibly. The goal is to grow, not to shrink backwards and hide in a cave. The point is to grow to a place where we can bear that power and be healthy examples of men. And I speak to men who can lift those around them up. That's what healthy masculinity is, ultimately, is fatherhood, which is to see your children become greater than you, right? To surpass you, not to be a cruel tyrant who wants to undermine his kids so that they don't threaten him. Have we seen that? Yes, we have. But that you're not getting away from the archetype. Masculinity, the ultimate archetype is the wise father, the wise king, is one who uplifts those around him. And so I think that there's a great need for men to support each other in becoming their own embodiment of the ideal, right? The embodiment of the potential that lays there dormant. Right, and there's a need in masculinity is a mystery to itself, as femininity is to itself. And to try to breach those barriers is detrimental either way. So the boundaries need to be kept clear if things are really going to develop in a healthy way. And I think that, and this is one of those topics that's extraordinarily polarizing and easy to get misunderstood when you go to speak about. So sometimes why I hesitate about it, honestly, because I don't want to come out the wrong way. But I am ticked because I keep seeing a whole lot of women who are trying to teach men how to be men, and I think that's a recipe. It's just you're driving towards the cliff edge. It's not going to work. The women can. There's a mothering touch, which is a supporting and guiding touch, and that's integral. A man needs a mothering touch and a woman's touch, right? there's a powerful place for that. But like I said earlier, that's femininity, the yin yang, femininity, masculinity can reflect new insights to each other, and they can learn from each other, but they cannot learn of themselves from the other, right? Masculinity is understood within itself and then gains from the reflection from femininity. So men, if you resonate with this, reach out to other men, join a group of men that can support you. And I want to speak to that too, the power of coming together in community and growing together is incredible. And I have that opportunity available to you. So if you long for that, reach out to me, because I'm not just a coach by myself. Got a lot of other things going on that got incredible value. And the guys in my group are seeing and experiencing that. And we learn a great deal from each other. And it's important to have a space where we can speak as men with men and grow together as men. And society benefits from that. Everyone benefits from that. Everyone benefits from healthier, stronger men, as well as healthier and stronger women. My goal is the fulfillment of all. My goal is that everybody would live into their truth. That's my vision for the world. That's my ideal. That's the goal. That's the direction I live towards, is that everyone would know themselves at a deep level and live into their gifts, utilize those gifts, and live a life of fulfillment and meaning, right? Because that's life-changing, and that changes the lives of those around you. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be a coach to women about femininity. That would be just nonsense, So I take a stand against women trying to tell men how to be men. I think women can guide men in a feminine way, but ultimately for men to grow as men and to have a deep understanding of masculinity, you need healthy masculine energy and support around you. So reach out, tap into that. Let's grow together. Thanks for watching my rant.